to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here with Lloyd Germain. Lloyd, is this the first IFL TV interview?
Yeah, it's the first one for myself. You know, it's been a long time coming, to be honest.
Well, you're 6-0, man. You're doing the right things. Yeah, you won the Welsh welterweight title in your last fight, I believe. So, yeah, you're doing the right things. You're making moves.
Yeah, definitely. That's what we plan to do, to keep. Obviously, I'm fighting now a week Saturday, get another win under my belt, finish the year 7-0, and then look for more titles in 2023. You know.
Well, let's talk about that fight a week Saturday, and it's against Benn Sanchez. I've looked him up on Box Strike there. He's had more fights, more knockout wins than you. He's had 30 losses. Only been stopped the 7 times though, so he's a good opponent. He's not. I think he's a super welterweight, so he's obviously he's going to be bigger than you. What kind of fight are you expecting?
Every fight for me, I is my world title fight, you know, and no matter my opponent, I just make sure I'm there. In the best shape physically and mentally for myself to go in there and get the job done. Obviously, like I said, I've looked through his record, but you know, they're all saying in boxing records of a DJ, so I don't really look into that too much, you know, Andrew. And I'll be expecting a good fight, and I'll just be making sure I go in there and get the job done.
Obviously, you're 6-0, but that elusive stoppage win is yet to come. Obviously, every fighter, even when I used to do it, man, I always used to love a knockout, man. Are you eager for it? Are you wanting it? I know you don't go looking for it, but every fighter wants that knockout.
Yeah, no, I won't go looking for it, but you know that saying, if it's there for me, I'm going to grab it with both hands. Obviously, sparring's gone really, really well this camp, and obviously, I'm looking forward to going in there and showcasing more of my skills come October the 29th. If the knockout presents itself, then I won't be waiting around, and I'll be in there to get the job done. Like you say, you don't get paid for overtime, and if it's there, I'll be taking it with both hands, Andrew. But yeah, I'm happy to just continue winning, whether it's by knockout or points, you know. And the main thing is to get in there and get the job done and to come out victorious in the end, whether that is by stoppage or whether that is by the knockout, by points, sorry.
That's it. I mean, but at this stage of your career, man, if you keep winning, you get to that 7, 8, 9, 10-0. You start creeping into that top 10 rankings in Britain, and those sort of like Commonwealth titles and British titles start getting talked about. So no slip-ups come a week Saturday.
Yeah, no slip-ups, definitely. Like I said, every fight is my world title fight, you know, and it all builds towards the end goal, and that is obviously becoming a world champion. I don't overlook and look past no one. I make sure I'm training correctly, living the correct way I should be, and making sure come October the 29th, you'll see another version of myself, and there'll be another performance that'll be deserving to get a win, you know. And I think I'm 28th in Britain now, which is nice. I think I was in talks with my manager. We're trying to actually get the Celtic title fight. I think Martin Harkin's got that, and he's from Scotland. So it's obviously we've been in talks. Obviously, me holding now the Welsh title, win the Celtic title next year, and then obviously you can't be ignored then for a British title shot, I believe, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think Martin Harkin, he had a fight last week against Liam Taylor there. I think it was a WBO European, I think it was it?
So that may even be a vacant belt now. Obviously, you don't know, you know. So
no, but that's it. Liam Taylor's English, so Liam Taylor wouldn't have been eligible to fight for the Celtic title. So Martin might still hold on to it. He might still be the Celtic champion.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, that could be an option. That could be a good little option for a good fight. Because Martin, he comes to fight, so it'll be a good little fight.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, you know yourself, the closer you are to these, obviously the further up in the rankings you are, the fights are more difficult anyway. But we'll be making sure whichever fight we take, that I'll be in the best shape physically and mentally, and obviously I'll be ready to go in there and get the job done. Obviously, if that's a fight that can be made in 2023 for myself, that's a fight that I'd love to have, you know, and obviously to add to my Welsh belt, obviously to win a Celtic title as well. A good friend of mine, Lee Selby, was a route he took, and he went from Welsh, Celtic, European, and then obviously had the honours of becoming a world champion. So if that's something I can do, that'd be a great honour for myself, you know.
By the sounds of it, looks like you're going to go the traditional route. You're going to go up the stages. You're going to go Celtic title, Commonwealth, British, European. You lose, like you're going to try and take that traditional route to the top.
Yeah, definitely. That's obviously the route that we're on at the moment. Obviously, I come into the game. I didn't have a massive amateur background. I wasn't on one of these massive TV platforms where they can get you a world or British title shot early on down the line. So I'm happy to go the traditional route. And obviously, I'm now champion of my country. It'd be lovely to be champion of obviously Celtic champion, and then obviously go on and become a British champion. That is the goals, you know.
Well, looking into 2023, you said the Celtic title start of 2023, but looking into 2023, when you map it out, what do you see in your head?
I just see me progressing in my career, adding more titles to my name, you know, and that's something I do strongly believe. Like I said, I'm 6-0 now. I'm fighting on October the 29th, and I'll be looking forward to going in there, getting another win, obviously in front of my home crowd, and then obviously 2023. I'm looking for more bigger things, you know, obviously continue winning and just keep knocking the door. Then these opportunities have got to present themselves to myself. And when they do present themselves, I'll be grabbing them, you know. And yeah, 2023, we're looking for more titles and to continue winning, you know, Andrew.
Well, let's talk about then. Obviously, Lloyd Germain is the British welterweight champion. He's won it outright now, so
yeah,
quite a high percent, quite a high chance that he'll probably vacate that title. Maybe a little bit too soon for you think, because you're talking about the Celtic title. But like I say, the division you're in right now, when you've got Conor Benn sitting there, you've got Michael McKenzie and Chris Congo, Tyrone McKenna out in Belfast, out in Ireland there. So Echo Usman, I've already mentioned. You've got Liam Taylor, Martin Harkin. So again, it's a great division. Yeah. I don't know if your countryman Chris Jenkins is still fighting the belt. Is he still there or thereabouts?
Yeah, still fighting. I know Chris had a great fight against Echo, and he was doing very well. Chris is someone who's very well respected in Wales. You know, he's a great boxer, and he's great for Welsh boxing. But yeah, it's you know, yourself, the welterweight division is stacked in Britain, and just to have my name alongside those guys shows I'm doing the right thing. You know, but you know yourself, top 10 in the country. Well, the top 5 are all going to be fighting for European and world honours. So me sitting at 28th in the country now, it's not too far. And, you know yourself, continue winning, and you're going to get these opportunities that are going to present themselves to you. And when the time's right and these opportunities come, I'll be making sure I'm going in there to win the British title. It's something that'd be a massive honour for myself, you know, and to bring a British title back to Cardiff would be great.
I mean, when the Floyd Mayweather-Pacquiao era, man, obviously the heavyweight division is the money division, but
yeah,
look at the welterweight division. That's got some tasty fights in it as well. And some people call the welterweight division the money division. Obviously, when you've got guys like Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, man, they make millions upon millions and stuff like that. And it's always a stacked division. There's always fighters in this division. So when you look at it like that, when you look around being a welterweight, I mean, what do you think when you look at all the big names in this division?
Oh, it's massive. It gives me extra motivation to get up every morning and keep striving and to become the best version of myself I can, to keep obviously continue winning, and just to have your name, like you said, alongside these guys. You know, like I'm a massive boxing fan. I have been all my life, and probably the welterweight division is something I've kept an eye on the most, being obviously a massive fan of Floyd Mayweather and all these guys. I got a tattoo on my leg of Sugar Ray Robinson. Obviously, he was a welterweight world champion. It's just
let me see the tattoo. I like my tattoos, man. Show me the tattoo.
Yeah, I just had done now. Sugar Ray Robinson, and don't know if you can see, I had Ali.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah. Smart, yeah, I've got Ali there.
2 great tattoos, and it's
got
massive.
Ali there. Look, with his fist up. Yeah,
it's massive. But yeah, and these 2 tattoos mean a lot to me, you know. But going back to that, the welterweight division has always been something I've been massively interested in. I think the fights in the welterweight division are great. You look at like one of my favourite current boxers at the moment, active, is Terence Crawford. I know he beats. I'll never forget watching him beat Ricky Burns, and he was probably brought over here for Ricky Burns to beat. You know what I mean? Ricky was flying at that time, and I remember watching him. I thought this guy is special, you know. And you look at the run he's been on in his career now, and again, he's going to be in some great fights. And I think if him and Spence can get it on, that'll be a great fight for the welterweight division as well, you know.
Who wins then? Come on, you're going to have to give me a prediction. I know you're a fan of Terence Crawford, but I mean, that's the fight we all want to see, is Spence Crawford. So who wins?
I I'd have to go with Crawford. He's always had an answer for everything that's been put in front of him. I know he hasn't been as active as he probably like to be, but then again, Errol Spencer's been a bit inactive, obviously, unfortunately, with his injury and his car crash, whatever happened. But yeah, I'd like to see Terence Crawford. I think he is he's a very special boxer, and he seems to have an answer for whatever's put in front of him. I know they say like Crawford will probably be Spencer will be a lot bigger than Crawford, but then you look what Crawford done to Brook, and it shows that the guy is very, very good technically, and he can punch a bit himself. So it'd be an interesting fight, but I'd have to say Crawford win now.
I mean, Tyson Fury's coming to Cardiff on the 3rd of December. You can't squeeze another fight this year, could you? Try and get on that undercard.
If my manager rings me and says, "Yo, December the 3rd, we got you a slot on Tyson Fury," there won't be questions asked. The mince pies that we left, do you know what I mean? It'll be we'll enjoy them closer to the Christmas, put it that way. But yes, it's great if we can bring more boxing like that to Wales, and obviously being in the position I am to continue winning, being champion of my country, it'd be an honour to just get on these shows, and obviously it'd be huge for me publicly as well to be able to get around and be on the circuit,
Definitely. Well, I do want to touch on obviously Conor Benn. He's a welterweight. He's obviously top in UK in Britain right now. But obviously, a couple of weeks ago, an unfortunate adverse finding in his VADA test. Just when obviously being a boxing fan, like you've already stated there, what was your initial reaction when you heard the news?
It was a little bit disheartening, to be honest. Obviously this fight was built up to be something that was going to be great. Their fathers had 2 cracking fights. They were very, very respected in British boxing, and probably one of the most biggest rivalries in British boxing. It was well before my time, not well before, but obviously I wasn't boxing then, but still it gets mentioned now. And then obviously for their 2 sons to fight, it would have been a very historic event. So then for how it ended out, I think it's let a lot of people down. But I strongly stand by this. No matter who you are in the game, it's hard enough as it is, and if there is cheating going on, then it shouldn't be happening. That's my views on it. And I think no one really knows what's happened right now, because it seems to have been said and nothing come out fact. But if obviously he has been cheating for taking substances that he shouldn't be, I think he should be dealt with accordingly, and possibly it should be dealt with accordingly, and if he is banned, then he should be making a statement for these people and for boxers like myself that you can't go in the ring and cheat these days. It's not fair, and obviously it shouldn't be allowed in the sport,
Yeah. It's obviously the facts ain't out yet. We've probably got to wait another week or 2 before we actually find out all the facts. But
until come out, then it's hard to say what's actually happened, So I won't say whatever's gone on until you can see it black and white written in paper. Whereas things are obviously the fight didn't go ahead, so something didn't add up. And if it was to be due to obviously the VADA testing, then I think he should be obviously banned or whatever they think should be done, But that's my personal views on it.
Definitely. Well, listen, let's get back to you then. October 29th, you're in against a tough opponent, 30 and 30, but he's had more wins, more knockouts than you've had fights. You haven't had that extensive amateur career, like you said, but what can the fans expect from Lloyd Germain?
Well, they can expect the same. They can expect me to go in there and get the job done. I'm in a very, very good stable. Obviously, my trainer, Tony Borge, I'm stablemate of Gavin Gwynn, who's the lightweight British champion. We got a great stable up there, and we push each other daily, and I'm ready as can be, for myself to go in there on October the 29th and get a win. And if the stoppage comes to myself and I am the 8th person to stop him, then we can have an interview after this and say, yeah, I did tell you so, didn't I, Andrew? But if not, if it is just a points win, I'll be happy. But just expect some quality boxing for myself and for me to get a win and to continue moving forward in my career.
Well, I don't want to put pressure on you, but I'm going to hold you to that. If you get that stoppage win, we'll jump on it ASAP. But listen, Lloyd, obviously you're almost coming up to fight week next week, so last hard week of hard training. So good luck with all that. I finally got a hold of you. I mean, we tried to organise this interview for the last 3-4 days, but we finally got it. So
you know what they say, better late than never, in Andrew.
That's it, better late than never. Listen, this is the first IFL interview, but no doubt this isn't the last. So keep doing what you're doing, mate, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.
And it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure having me on, and thank you for your time. And shout out to all my sponsors and everyone who supported me. And tune in October the 29th. I'll be ready to go in there and get the job done.
Lloyd, the pleasure was all mine, mate. I'll speak to you soon, brother.
Thank you very, very much, Andrew.
Thank
All the
you,
best.
mate. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I'm gonna share something with you that might put me in a very negative light. Yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.